guys, how we doing? So we're back on another Mother's Basement video. We're doing a What's in an OP. I haven't done a What's in an OP video reaction in a while. And we're doing JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 1 OP. Can't wait for this. Such a good OP. I felt it was a bit annoying though watching it through because I feel like the OP just kind of gives parts of the story away, and as you're watching it you're realising what's happening. But then a lot of OPs tend to do that. You don't initially know what's going on, and then as you're watching it you're like, oh wait, like with Angels of Death, when I was watching that I was like, wait a minute, this OP is giving away stuff that happens in each episode, but you don't realise until you're watching it. So anyway, what's an OP? Unravelling JoJo's Part 1.
There are so many different ways that anime can draw us in.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is so
action,
good.
heart-wrenching drama, powerful acting, or beautiful animation can all grab us and make us keep watching.
Yep.
But before it can reel you in, a show needs to hook you, and the first hook cast is almost always the OP.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Opening credits. A good OP sets the tone for a show,
Alchemist
tells you enough
Brotherhood.
about the world
What
of characters
OP?
to get you interested, and, in an ideal world, acts as a kick-ass music
Oh,
video
you
in its
like
own
it?
right. Not
Oh,
all
that's not your
OPs
line,
are created equally,
Death Note.
though. And since no
Oh,
one
what a
else teams
tune.
up to the
Doo, doo,
esoteric
doo,
and
doo.
largely useless task, I've taken it upon myself
Devil's
to
Parts, I
ask,
don't know.
what's in an OP? This week, we look at Reddit's favorite
Doo,
OP
doo,
and explain
doo,
why
doo,
they
doo,
got
doo,
everything. Okay, after seeing that, there's no other choice. This week, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 1, because you can't do a JoJo arc in just one episode. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is arguably one of the most important works in Japan's cultural heritage. It's gone largely unnoticed here in America due to copyright issues obstructing localization,
It's all
with the
cultural.
notable exception of a certain meme-spawning fighting game. But in Japan and much of Europe, the franchise is a juggernaut. JoJo is quoted in and referenced by as many manga and anime as freaking Dragon Ball.
Hell yeah.
Creator Hirohito Araki is the only mangaka in history to have his work shown in the Louvre and work
That's
with Gucci.
cool.
The unfortunate flip side of his world-class artwork is that it took animation technology a while to catch up to his style, and it's only in the last few years that the decades-old franchise has made its way to television. That series had one hell of a legacy to live up to, and when it came time to make an OP, the creators chose to pay homage to that in a big way. The Phantom Blood OP kicks off with a collage of animated comic panels, tracing the Joestar lineage back through the years from its final member, Jolene Cujo, to the man who started it all,
That's cool.
Jonathan
Joestar.
We then rush down a darkened castle hallway past the title and burst into the foyer of a stylized Joestar mansion. As the drum kicks, we see one of the series' hallmarks, heavily stylized katakana sound effects. In this case, Ban, the sound
Yeah,
of
most of the
slamming
stuff,
door.
the lyrics
There are a lot
tend
of
to go
very
with what's
literal
going on as
edits
well.
in this OP. For example, when Tommy Hiroaki sings about the sky, we tilt
see
up
the
to
sky.
a mural of the sky.
Yeah.
Even the lyrics pay tribute to JoJo's legacy, framing Jonathan Joestar's battle against his adopted brother Dio as a legend, sung in a rock ballad not unlike The Devil Went Down to Georgia. Dio pops out of the wall, bringing us to a brilliantly framed shot. Dio rises up to meet Jonathan's glare, mirroring his rise from poverty.
Right, yeah, of
JoJo
course.
is center
That's cool.
stage as the protagonist.
I
Dio
shall
dominates
rise.
the frame with his larger-than-life presence. We can see from the framing, their contrasting color schemes, and the crisscrossing stairs they stand on that the two are diametrically opposed. Even the speed lines of the cut echo this
Opposite.
dichotomy.
Yeah,
the
that's
spinning
cool.
match cut transforms the love goddess statue from the foyer into a vampire mask, and finally the knife with which JoJo carves his and Erina's names into the bark of a tree. All three are a weapon in their own right, and all three end up impaling Dio at one point or
Alright, yeah,
another.
they do.
Much of the OP is built around recreating famous scenes from the manga,
No.
using 3D models from
Why would
Namco's
you kiss them?
JoJo All-Star Battle, but the way it transitions between them is ingenious. Dio
Alright.
gets his own comic montage, this one recounting key moments leading up to his transformation. Again, Dio and the Joestars move in opposition. Erina re-enters the story looking concerned for JoJo, and with good reason.
JoJo.
We follow a trail of smoke up an imposing staircase, and Jonathan steps into frame, ready to climb into the darkness ahead of him. This shot purposefully works against the high tempo of the song, giving a slow build-up as JoJo prepares the ripple and then breaks into a run. Note that the walls of the mansion are now built from comic book imagery, perhaps a sly acknowledgement of the strong, lasting legacy that the series has built up over the years. This last shot of Dio lounging menacingly on his throne is spectacular and gives way to a final comic panel montage that we blaze past on the way to his and Jonathan's final confrontation. Again, the panels head back in time, indicating that things are going JoJo's way. JoJo and Dio lock themselves into the final punch from the end of Phantom Blood and spiral away into the darkness right before it connects. We move higher past more of the murals from the beginning of the OP, hinting that many more stories have yet to begin.
Told, yeah.
Finally, we pull out
That's
of
cool.
the mask, which itself sinks into the depths of time. Out of the depths emerges our second OP, and a new JoJo, Joseph Joestar. The title appears encased in rock, but as soon as JoJo is done gearing up, it breaks free, and the next bizarre adventure begins. The imagery in the OP for battle tendency is a lot more abstract and psychedelic than the first, but it's still full of hidden details. For instance, the speed lines behind JoJo are actually threads from his scarf, which he uses to create a web and ensnare enemies with Hamon. The stars and stripes indicate, not so subtly, that this is an American JoJo, and as Joseph throws punches, we see a brief glimpse of his stand from Part 3, Hermit Purple. One common image we see throughout this OP is the Hamon Ripple. We see its Eastern origins in the Taoist symbols on the band across the middle of the screen,
slow it down,
which
you can see
quickly
them.
distort into ripples that then even out into the stripes of Joseph's iconic Hamon conducting scarf. Pillar men spear the frame as they enter it, and cast long shadows as they stand before a sea of blood-red flame. When they spin around, that flame moves to the sky like night.
You can see the masks in the background.
This shot of the wall in which they're imprisoned exudes an air of menace, and this is just the build-up to them breaking free. Next, a super fast montage of Joseph's lineage. Here's Speedwagon, Lady Erina, and Lisa holding a newborn Joseph Joestar. A small spoiler, but it does give away that she's his mother right out of the gate. Her next appearance further cements this, showing her with a dramatic mask and a hat reminiscent of Zappelli's, as though she's taking on that role in lieu of showing her true self. A very brief image shows us the two poison wedding rings planted in JoJo's body by Wham and AC/DC.
God, you slow it down, there's so much going on.
Brown a scare before Lisa drops back into frame. She spins about showing her skill with the scarf, while myriad ripples dance in the background, and a plant sprouts and flowers before her, symbolizing her training of Caesar, whose background imagery includes roses and stylized bubbles. There's also a prominent checkerboard pattern, which has always been a symbol of the Zappelli family. Caesar breaks from tradition somewhat, which is why his version of the pattern is printed diagonally in a narrow strip on his headband. Joseph narrowly avoids the bubbles bursting before clashing with Caesar, a clash that creates yet more ripples. The Joestar stars have a similar struggle with the checkerboard pattern, and the colored silhouettes fall away from them to confirm that this is a friendly bout. And mirroring what happens after their first fight in the story, JoJo tries out his clackers, the iconic weapon he thought up on the spot in response to Caesar's bubbles, and immediately trips himself up with them.
I love how they just come up with just random stuff on the spot.
Lisa spins away as a flower is torn into petals, and darkness descends with the Part 2 MacGuffin, the Red Stone of Asia. The stone dangles hypnotically like a pendulum, drawing a crowd of grasping hands towards it. A montage of supporting characters, including one making a gesture that was super-duper censored in the original broadcast, brings us back to the Pillar Men, who finally break free of the rock to show off their might. The sketchy, rough way in which they're drawn reflects their primal nature and raw power, which is too wild and immense to be contained within clean outlines.
So it's just
they do find their composure as they stand before Joseph and Caesar, however, and they're framed at a distance from a low angle to give us a sense of how fearsome and menacing they really are. These back-to-back shots of Caesar's po-faced seriousness and Joseph's lighthearted taunting convey the differences between the two characters very effectively. At last, the Red Stone and the mask come together, and out of their union emerges perfect Kars, silhouetted against the rising sun, which ought to be killing him, and now so full of power that it can't be contained even when he stands still. Joseph and Caesar have each other's backs as they spin around fighting, at least until Caesar is killed. He lets out a final cry as he goes and leaves behind a single bubble of blood,
with all the stuff,
recreation of one of the story's most powerful scenes. To honor his memory, JoJo puts on Caesar's headband and lets out his own cry to the heavens, vowing to avenge his friend. A single shooting star streaks across the sky, showing that Caesar has passed on. Finally, we see that sky reflected in the Red Stone, fitting since all this sprung from it in the first place, and we fade out over the title. And that brings us to the end of two very strong OPs, each of which pays tribute to the JoJo legacy in its own way. With stunning animation that runs in perfect sync with two fantastic original songs, David Productions' efforts impress on every level. For a JoJo fan, it's pretty incredible to see all of these characters rendered in such high-quality CG. And if you're new to the series, the high-energy visuals and music immediately get you pumped pumped to see more. Speaking of more, next episode we'll be talking about the 2 OPs for Stardust Crusaders and issuing a final verdict to decide which of JoJo's 4 OPs is the best. If that grabs your interest, or you want to see some game reviews with the same obsessive attention to detail, be sure to like and subscribe. As always, this is Jeff Thu, professional shitbag, signing out from his mother's basement.
Cool. The OP is so good. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is so basic. Excuse me. You don't see it, you need to. I've not watched the new season yet. But what I'm doing is, I'm actually going through JoJo's to remind myself of everything that's happened. And then before I watch the new season, I'm going to watch Mother's Basement's cheat sheet to see, like, the main, see the main points, and then watch Season 5. We'll do a reaction to that, see what points he feel like, or the bits you need to know before going into it kind of thing. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying going through JoJo's again. It's amazing. It's so good. It's just so over the top. Ah, no! I love it. So, yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. What do you guys think of that? What do you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave comments down below. Let me know what I should watch and discuss in future videos. And I'll see you guys. Here's all you guys next time.